Wait! Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is
cool.
River.
I got an achievement,
My uncle's
which
blacksmith
means
there. I'm sure he'd
we're
help
getting
you out.
achievements.
It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today. Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. If the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Boom. Join the Imperial Legion. Alright. It looks like I need to turn down the game volume a little bit. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully you guys should hear me a little better. Oh, you know what? I can control more than just that. Yeah. Master right there. Effects. Footsteps are fine. Voice I want higher. Music can go lower. Alright. Now let me turn this back over here and see if that's better. Cool.
See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain right through my window at night. That kind of... I still don't much like the look of it.
Oh, he's way down here.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see it for yourself.
Alright, you guys know I'm going with the Mage Stone.
Mage, eh? Well, to each his own. It's not for me to judge.
So, he said 3 of 13 standing stones. There's an achievement for getting all the standing stones, and there actually are 13. However, this location counts as one location.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you've already earned your pardon. But until we get that confirmed by General Tullius, just stay clear of other Imperial soldiers and avoid any complications, alright?
Which means, sorry, I wanted to let him speak. Which means, yeah, there's 13 locations. Technically, there's 15 stones.
You're pathetic! I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood. Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle. Uncle Alvar, hello. Hadvar?
What are you doing here? Are you on leave from shores, boats? What happened to you, boy? Are you in
Uncle,
some kind of
please,
trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
What's up?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
A dragon!
What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night.
So I have all my mods turned off through Steam. But for most of the Skyrim mods, you use a third-party app called Vortex or something like that. So I think my mods through Vortex are still active. But I just have like
We have company.
I just have like graphic stuff, like more fauna and stuff like that, just to like really make the game pretty. Except there's one.
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
There's one I have that changes the little captions on your loading
It's
screens
a big mystery.
to just be
What
like
are you doing
stupid
here,
stuff.
looking like you lost an
So
arm?
next time we have a loading screen, I need to check for
I
that.
don't know where to stop. You know I was assigned to General Tullius Escort. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can.
Boom.
But I need your help. We need your help.
Alright. Here's where I take absolutely everything. No, I'm kidding. I take things that are worth money and that I can use. Which, like, I get that I can use all of this, but...
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
I don't need any of that. Cool.
All right.
Really see a dragon?
Excuse
Does
me.
it have big teeth?
Well, I'd better get back to work.
Alright, cool. And with that, we're gonna head up here to this spooky place. So what happens and why I'm doing this instead of going to talk to the Jarl of Whiterun? So you go talk to the Jarl, and the Jarl is like, dragons, my court wizard is studying dragons. Go talk to him. So then we talk to the court wizard, and the court wizard's like, yeah, I'm studying dragons, but I need this like dragon stone from Bleak Falls Barrow. So this just saves a little bit of time so that we're not having to go to Whiterun and then come all the way back here to get this stone for him. But it's a cool, neat little cave dungeon thing. I don't know what you'd call it exactly. But it's a neat little thing. It does a good job of introducing you to how these things are gonna work. And I'll explain more as we go through it. Yeah, see, what made me start to realize that the Vortex mods were installed is that I have like a realistic blood thing. Oh, another telltale thing is that I think I have Ordinator installed, which gives you like, no, okay, we're fine. There's a mod called Ordinator, and what it does is it gives you like a lot more perks that you have to choose from. which is cool. It definitely makes things like feel more. It just gives you a lot more options to choose from when you level up and stuff like that. Wow. But it's a lot. It really is a lot of perks. But there's a cool one. I don't remember which skill tree it's in, but you get a tripwire that'll like knock them over, and then you get like a turret, and so you can like place a turret and then have them trip over a tripwire. So like they've fallen onto the ground, and then your turret's just like wailing on them. Cool. I wanted to make sure I wasn't playing on the easiest difficulty.
Tell you what.
Sick. Oh, I want that hunting bow instead of the longbow that I have. Cool. I'm gonna try to pick the lock on this chest over here. I normally don't. Solid. Dude. Well, that was too far. I'm just barely off of it. Got it. But I want you guys to notice how I had to just barely move it. Alright, into Bleak Falls Barrow.
That dark elf wants to go on ahead, let him. Better than us risking our necks.
What if Arvel doesn't come back? I want my share from that claw.
Just shut it. And keep an eye out for trouble. Is someone there?
Over here!
That's all you've got?
Like the bite of a
So something that I want to invest in sooner rather than later. Is that I want to go into conjuration rather than destruction. Because with conjuration you get just really cool spells from conjuration. And like destruction's cool, destruction's fun, destruction does a lot more damage. But with conjuration you get like, you can summon a pet, you can conjure up a sword or a war axe, you know, whatever weapon you choose. There's a two-handed option, there's a one-handed option, and then there's a bow, which we'll go ahead and grab that when we grab the others. So you just like, you can summon a pet, and then you like summon your sword, and it summons the sword that it summons is one of the most powerful swords in the game. So if you get bound sword early on, you're pretty much set. Not like the game's hard to begin with. But yeah, it just helps out a lot, and it's super cool. And once you get conjuration to 100, because like the base summon the thrall or whatever, snake fish, the basic like summon flame thrall only lasts for, I think it's 60 seconds. But if you get conjuration all the way to 100, then you get a special quest line that allows you to have a permanent flame thrall. But there's a flame thrall, there's an ice thrall, there's a storm thrall, but I don't think you get to summon it. I think you just see it, and then there's like a scroll of storm thrall and stuff like that. But you at least get ice and fire. And there's our first level. We will choose that later.
Is that you, Heartbeat? You, Celine. I know I ran into this wall, but I need help. No, not again. Help! Keep it away from me.
But yeah, the reason I choose Dark Elf
Let it get me. Help!
is because they do start with a +5 in destruction,
Get it away.
and then they have a resistant to fire damage. Which isn't anything super special. There's definitely better things to go with, like the Argonians Argonians can breathe underwater. Argonians can breathe underwater, and they have a resistant to poison.
Keep it away from me.
Gosh, I don't even know any of the others. Khajiit have +15 unarmed
Over here.
damage.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
What was I talking about? Oh, Khajiit have +15 unarmed damage, and they have a special ability to be able to see at night, which is, I mean, I guess cool. Wood elves can like make wild beasts friendly. Orcs have like a berserk that lets them do like +100% damage or something like that for a limited amount of time. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I know there's a lot more that I'm forgetting. Okay. But yeah, that's why I choose the Dark Elf, is because we get that +15 in destruction. And you start with Sparks. I know I pulled Sparks out of the cage that had the mage in it, but if you're a Dunmer, you just start with Sparks, which is cool. So this Golden Claw, you see these 3 insignias here. It's bear, butterfly, and then like an owl. And that's important for later on in the tomb. Can I sneak past these guys? I don't think I've ever tried before. Well, I didn't sneak past them, but I also didn't take any damage from them. So that's something I've never tried before. Okay. Cool. But yeah, I think alongside Conjuration we can do Destruction, because I'd be able to summon the sword in the right hand like I'm doing now, and then have flames or fireball or whatever in the left hand. So I could just like summon the flamethrower, switch to fire in the left hand, and then be what's called a spell sword. Whoops. And a spell sword is exactly what it sounds like. It's just someone who uses spells and a sword. Except I don't really like swords. I use the war axe a lot. Just because it's cool. I don't know. I just really like axes compared to like the swords or the maces. Oh, I have an upgraded sword and I'm not using it. Cool. I don't use scrolls. I know I've passed by 2 or something now. I just don't, because they're one use only, and they are normally a super powerful spell, but I just don't. I don't want to take the time to open a menu just to use a spell, which I guess is not relevant at all because I open the menu so much as it is already. What's one extra time? But it's something that's been ingrained into me because I've never used scrolls. I think the first time I played through the game, I was like, cool, a scroll of fireball, because that's the same scroll that's in that chest every single time. And I was just like, let me use that. And so I used it on the Draugr that we just killed. And I was like, wow, that was so cool. And then it was wasted. Like, I could not use it again. You don't get another one. I mean, you can buy another one, but like, then you have to go out and like seek another one. So it's whatever. The scrolls are cool. Scrolls are definitely fun to play around with, I guess. But I just don't feel the need to have them in my playthroughs. We're down to 2 lockpicks. And we're okay. Alright. Bleak Falls Sanctum. What is the button for favorites here? While in game, press Q. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. I keep thinking like left mouse button is for the left hand. Right mouse button is for the right hand. But it's not. It's reversed because the left click is your main hand and the right click is your secondary hand. Which is going to take a little bit of getting used to for me. I don't know why I... Whoops. Wow, that hit me hard. See, he's got a war axe. Which means I'm about to switch to that. And like the bound sword, it's only a sword, so I will end up using a sword for the entirety of the game. Damn, I did it again. Right, okay. I understand that I could probably change it. However, I understand it to some degree. Alright, so we have this cool little room here. These rooms are very common throughout the game. and you see we have a little claw here and we have 3 pictures up here. So it was bear, butterfly, owl. So we will just spin these rings until we see bear, butterfly, and owl, which looks like that, and then we activate keyhole and the door opens up. It's a cool little puzzle for sure, but they are spread throughout this game. But they're neat. You have a quest line where you have to take this golden claw somewhere, but the rest of the claws you either keep or you sell or whatever. I normally end up keeping them in case I end up going to a cavern where I need it again, but it's very rare. Especially because once you beat the game, you're just like, well, time to start a new character. Or move on to the next game. Yeah, see, find the owner of the golden claw. He's got a cool little enchanted sword there. Come on. Sick. Alright, and here's the dragon stone that we were talking about earlier. And yeah, you got a frost sword of cold. And there's another chest back here that I normally don't get, because it is just always never anything good. Drop down here. And boom, we made it out.